So, hello, guys. Hello, people of the internet. I'm doing another communication interview with Stay Vigilant Productions. I'm gonna interview my dear friends DJ Terminally Kill and DJ Magic Guard, aka the Nigel for the death making. So, yeah, welcome to the show.
You made it. Woo! Thanks for having us.
So I come to that, like, with, with the government situation going on today. Like, how are you guys doing with your communication?
It's kind of taking it day by day here. We're kind of locked in our little box in the sky here, but for the most part, I think we're keeping our spirits up and we're able to entertain ourselves, and both lucky to be in a position in our lives where it's not too much of a drag, but I think just trying to keep our spirits high and listening to as much music as we possibly can, and I think our neighbors definitely still know that we're alive.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's going too bad so far. Keeping busy in here. It's gonna be coming up to weekend 5 this weekend, so it's been a little bit of time, but yeah, I don't know. It's not too bad. Get out of the house once in a while to go grocery shopping, and that's pretty much it. So other than that, we're just spending a lot of time mixing. So it's been good.
Lots.
So, what job do you guys do while you're in community?
What stuff do we do?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'm currently working on my pilot's license, so I'm doing a lot of that. There's a lot of like remote schooling, videos and quizzes and stuff to be working on. But yeah, lately since things have kind of slowed down a bit, I'm trying to spend some more time learning about like the production side of music, and we got some weird home workouts going on once in a while. I'm doing a lot of yoga, which has been pretty sweet. Yeah, and then the streams every weekend on Twitch that we just got set up, so that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to still pretty much business as usual with my job. I'm just working from the kitchen table now instead of the office. So, and sharing an office with an office mate too now. So things are pretty good for the most part.
The office is busy.
The office is busy. The office is pumping. Good company in the office. The food's better here. Coffee's way better here. So the commute's a lot easier. It's really it's really impacted my commute times. Yeah, for the most part, it's pretty similar. Doing lots of yoga, very funky, creative workouts, using various food items as weights and bed sheets to pull on. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
tell me more about yoga because you guys seem to be doing yoga a lot. So it feels like really calm your mental health and really relieve your anxiety.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is because we're trapped in this box all day, and I get like restless legs after not walking around, and the yoga is just really good if you do it on a regular routine every day to get the blood flowing through your muscles and get a little meditative. We won't do it too intense of yogas yet, but
Not yet.
we're making progress on the more advanced maneuvers and failing miserably at some of them.
Yeah, I find it's really good. Just to like have some time to focus on something else, and really focus in on your breathing and yourself, and kind of forget what's going on for a little bit, and at the same time you get a bit of a workout. So I don't know, we've been had a few like intense workouts that we've been doing, but I enjoy the yoga days because they don't completely suck. And yeah, it's just a nice, definitely the mental health in this scenario is really important to take care of, and be mindful of what's going on in your head and stressing things that may be stressing you out and stuff like that. So yeah, yoga's perfect.
Definitely, I like you. You guys motivate me to do more yoga now. I will start hopefully next week. So anyway, I wanna talk to you guys more about your DJ and about your work in producing music. So the first question I will ask, how did you guys first got started into becoming a DJ and producing music?
Yeah, so maybe I'll field that one for starters. I did for many years. I kind of really enjoyed, dance music and going out dancing and hanging out with friends through that way. And I had a good group of friends who also, I mean, we all bonded over music for a while. And through my friend Kyle Bly, also known as the Duke, he he was getting into actually mixing tracks together and DJing and kind of showed me the initial ropes on how to do it, and actually lent me his old mixer, his 2-channel Pioneer mixer, for a short time. And as soon as I started on my own, I was hooked immediately and started building a library of music of my own, and just found it to be just a really engaging way to listen to your own music, basically. That's kind of how I got started.
Yeah, and we lived together in the last house that we lived in, which was a huge mansion.
Oh yeah.
And I noticed that Niall kept disappearing, and I was like, "Where's this guy keep going?" And the decks were originally set up in the basement, like in the back corner of this room, so you could close the door and kind of like you wouldn't be able to hear the music or anything. But yeah, I remember like one day being like, "Yeah, right, I'm gonna go find him because he keeps disappearing every day." And he was doing this. I didn't even know he had the thing, the controller. But yeah, that's how I got into it. So it kind of, Niall got into it from Kyle, who is another member of Stay Vigilant Productions. And then I got into it because Niall was doing it all the time. And I started out with a really small library, and then it just started to become a thing every time we came back from the bars or just whenever we had time. And then maybe about a year after that, kind of felt like we maxed out the little beginner controller. So I bought kind of the next level, and that's the one we use now. And it's really held up, and it's been through some shows down at Mill Street and stuff like that. So yeah, it just continues to get bigger.
It's slowly sort of spread into the Stay Vigilant Productions crew. Warren's in the market now for a DJ controller.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be our hip hop DJ. So it's a good quarantine activity because
nice.
you can just be isolated by yourself and pumping some tunes and getting dancing in wherever room you have it set up.
Yeah, Warren was gonna get one, but it's sold out everywhere. Like no stores have it. Amazon doesn't have it. So he was messaging stores trying to figure out how to get one.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Warren to get on it. And like I asked him a couple of months ago when he gonna make it big performance, but he got to wait. He loves to make people waiting and making sure the people are like begging for it. It makes them wanting more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, like how would you describe the music that you guys typically create?
Well, on the producing side of things, I'm still kind of in the beginner stages and learning like what I want to create, but definitely more of like house music, which is what a lot we play in our DJ sets. But yeah, I'm trying to make these melodic house tracks with just a lot of like piano and strings and instruments going on, but it may not be the best beginner place to start because it's pretty complicated music. But yeah, when we're DJing, definitely play a lot of anything house, like old school house or like the new disco. Really been into like getting some new disco tracks that are like, they've got some old samples from songs that people know, and just like really I'll play anything good that you can get down and dance to. We just want
Oh
people
yeah.
out there raving and we want them having the maximum amount of fun. That's kind of what I think of when I'm trying to play. I'm like, what is the most fun song I can play next?
Yeah, I mean, I basically I play the music that I want to dance to, and usually that's anything when I'm at the clubs or on our live stream. It's usually some kind of house music, funky house, disco house, anything with like a voluptuous bass line to it is, I think, probably what the overarching feature is. And then when I'm by myself, just mixing, I get into some really weird stuff like some trip hop and drum and bass and some very strange stuff. So I'm all over the map, but definitely kind of the house music and stuff is what gets me the most dancing.
Yeah, we did a stream on Saturday night and it was pretty dancey throughout. And then after we went off the stream, we kept mixing for another like 6 or 7 hours, and out of that 6 or 7 hours, we got a 3-hour recording. That's kind of all the tracks that I wouldn't usually play in like a set in front of people. So look out for that. We're gonna try and get that on our Mixcloud probably in the next few days, and that'll just be a really long 3-hour kind of weird mix if you're interested.
You know why? You know I'm always am. And can you tell the audience how long you were up mixing till?
We were up until we were able to FaceTime with my cousin and her boyfriend from London. So and they weren't waking up early by any means. So must have been 6 a.m. our time.
It was 6. I'm pretty sure it was 6. We stopped. But yeah, we started like we were switching off, and like one guy would be in the kitchen making snacks, and the other guy would be mixing, and then eat the food and bring over the rest, and then flip off the deck. So we were just like eating all night, and
we've got overseas fans, so now we have to work with 2 time zones.
So yeah, that's another sweet thing about the quarantine is like you really don't feel bad if you stay up till 6 a.m. So yeah, you have tons of time. There's no limits on the amount of like learning we can do and experimenting, and yeah.
Yeah, because I remember a bunch of people in the stream telling you guys are still mixing it like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah. I
But
think you made it onto the mix. You made it onto the recording. I heard us saying into the mic, like, yeah, of course we're still up, Lionel.
oh yeah.
Everything we were shouting in the mics ended up in the mix too, so it's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, it's in the recording I remember, and it was so funny that you guys are like still mixing up because your voice music everything else may be cancelled, but music is a powerful thing and music never cancels.
Exactly.
Weekends aren't canceled.
Weekends aren't canceled. Dancing's not canceled.
Exactly. And then I don't know, I know you guys got based on it, but can you give me in more detail that how what is your creative process is like?
When we're mixing it, well, for me, it's just really organic. Like I said, I just try and play the next track that, I don't know, the most fun track. On the producing side, how I've kind of started getting into it is I'll just get these like little melodies or bass lines or something in my head, and I'll whistle it into my phone. It usually happens in the middle of the night, so I have all these like clips in my phone. Maybe I'm up to like 30 or 40 now, and then later on I go through and I find one that's kind of cool. Other than that, it's just I played the violin since I was 5, so the more I'm like fooling around on my little keyboard, the better I'm getting at hitting the notes that I actually want to hit. So it's becoming pretty good with like me hearing a beat or a bass line that I've created, and then I just start fooling around with the keys until I find something I like, and I'll record it, and then I'll have it in there, and then I can kind of fool around with it. But yeah, still, it's not as like easy as it sounds, and I'm really struggling with actually getting a finished product together. But yeah, that's it.
I think for when it comes to mixing, it's the biggest asset for me in the creative process is having that like a deep library that you're constantly adding new things to. Because when I'm mixing, I always want to play my most recent music because I want to hear it, and so I usually spend a good part of the week just listening to a whole bunch of sources of music, and trying to find new tracks that I really enjoy. And then when we're mixing together, I feel like we're always on the same kind of wavelength of what kind of feel we want with the songs that we're playing. And we've really built a big library of tracks over the last couple of years that allows us to really dig deep and be pretty creative.
Oh man, yeah, and I know, and I watch you guys music 2 years ago, and I must say you guys really improve. You guys get better and better every time you turn tables and turn the knob on. And it's like you guys do you guys really do some good with your music, and I wanna touch base on that because I know like with kids all situation, like you guys are saying that you do it every weekend, swing every Friday and Saturday night. So what is the motivation behind it?
So I feel like in sort of like the recent months and last half of 2019,
Forgot about that.
we started getting a lot of momentum with a lot of the live events that we were doing through our small crew called Stay Vigilant Productions. And they were just getting bigger and bigger and more successful and more successful. And we had lots of plans for lots of amazing things in the first half of 2020, but life and the pandemic completely derailed everything. So we wanted to keep up our mixing skills and keep connected with everyone who had been to those last events and reach out to new fans. And we figured one of the best ways to do that would be to build this kind of live stream community.
Mm-hmm. I know one thing for me is like the longer this goes on, the more I miss going out on the weekends. So I kind of wanted to create like a steady weekend schedule, you know, that people can look forward to, because we can't go out to the clubs or the bar or whatever. But if there's a, you know, designated slot on Twitch where we're up there, then hopefully people want to come and hang out with us and have some drinks with us, and we can still, you know, be together even though we're apart. So
oh nice. Yeah, and I totally get what you mean, like with you like if I get it wrong, please help me. But like I like how you guys saying like showcasing your talent in the internet, but connect with one another and help us like even though we're socially distancing ourselves, we're so connected in a way through music, through dancing, through like each other, right?
yeah, and it goes back all the way to that first event at Mill Street, the Buns on the Run for the
Oh yeah.
walk.
Yes.
And you had asked us to raise money for it, and we were kind of just like, well, why don't we just put on a show, because we've been talking about doing it, and it's a way that we can like showcase what we love to do, and at the same time it'll make a bunch of other people happy, and we can also raise money. There's literally no downside of doing it, and that was like the first big thing that kicked off the Stay Vigilant Productions like live stuff. yeah, and then it's kind of snowballed through there with the November Ave and the New Year's event, and now we're a bit stalled, so we're on Twitch, but we will keep going.
Yeah, we're cooking up some stuff in the meantime.
Cooking it up, cooking it up, and like you could talk about it, but like, so what do you guys look forward to when this pandemic is over?
Where do I begin? I think I'm just looking forward to hugging all my friends and family that I haven't.
That's what I was gonna
been able to
say.
see. I can hug Jeff all the time, but there's just so many people that I miss seeing on a daily basis. They used to be part of my everyday life, and I never really thought twice about how much just a simple hug actually like means and keeps you going. So
Yeah, it's gonna be really crazy when we get out of this and are able to hang out like we used to, and who knows when that'll be. But there's also, you know, all the stuff that got canceled. I'm like really looking forward to hockey coming back.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just hockey.
And then, do you guys have any? I know with the pandemic, but do you guys have any opportunities or any plans after this is over?
yeah, so we're working with the Stay Vigilant kind of crew here to plan something again at Mill Street. Once you know things loosen up a little bit to allow us to do that in some shape or form. So we're definitely cooking something up that you can look forward to.
Oh, nice. And then I got a good question for each of you guys. What is your other passions in life, and how are those passions impacting your creativity in your art form?
That's a tough one. I don't know. I really like to dance in my spare time. If anyone's seen me out at the bar, they know that
We know.
skills.
Excellent skills.
Yeah. So I don't know if that really influences the DJing, but they definitely go hand in hand, you know, like when you get to play all the music that you want to hear. And then if you can share that with other people and they're also having a good time, that's what I want. I want people to be happy and dancing and, you know, just having a good time.
Yeah, I think I've sort of recently delved pretty good into the world of like graphic design and stuff, and I've always really enjoyed drawing and doodling and stuff, but never really took it too seriously. But I mean, with the whole event throwing aspect, there's a creative graphic design piece that is kind of needed, and I've really enjoyed taking a lot of that on and creating all the kind of the event posters and the promo stuff. And so every event I've been working on my skills in that regard, and I can really see myself improving and really enjoying the process.
Oh, perfect. And by the way, when you're drawing, I wanna talk to you off film about it because I have a crazy idea. I have a crazy idea.
Dude, yeah, perfect.
But okay, the last question. So the purpose of my interview is to connect with people and to showcase other people talent and like talk about mental health and all that. So what do you guys wanna say to people that are in isolation, that are not really going out and really are done with their mental health right now?
Yeah, I think maybe one of the things I can say, and I've just noticed a lot of the stuff that's, I mean, a lot of people are posting saying that you should be, you know, taking this time, since you have so much free time and there's nothing going on, that you should be working on X, Y, and Z. You should be pushing your career this way. You should be learning a new skill here or there. I think that's all. It's sweet, fine, and dandy if you're doing all that, but I think everybody is just doing fine exactly where they are, just taking things day by day, and just sort of being yourself. And it's fine if you have down days, and it's fine if you have up days, but there's no pressure to be anything more than sort of what you are, and sort of yeah, taking it day by day, and yeah, mental health is a big one, and I think we try to keep ourselves busy here and have these kind of anchor points in our week that we can kind of look forward to, which is a big help. But definitely, yeah, I have some down days and some up days, and yeah, definitely has made me more cognizant of mental health and how important it is to be conscious of it.
Yeah. I would say like a lot of people are obviously struggling with this, losing their jobs, or, you know, not like loneliness is going to be a big factor as this goes on. And then people are getting restless or whatever. But I think one thing that's important to do is just, you know, we're always so busy in our everyday lives. This is a great opportunity to finally like step back and, you know, kind of reassess or like rejig where you're at and figure out what's important to you. And you know, it gives us all some time to just calm down. And I think that's a really important thing. And I hope that when this is all over, that when we go back to normal, whatever that may be, that people remember this time and maybe not revert back to a full normal. Maybe there'll be a new normal, a better normal. And that's, I think there's going to be a lot of positives that come out of this. And one thing I said the other day was, it was the end of the day, and I just said like, all right, it's one more day closer to freedom. So I don't know, if you're thinking about that, don't think about it in the weeks or months. Just take it day by day and know that every day it's getting better, and we're going to be closer to having this in the past.
Yeah, and I really like your outlook, like taking it day by day, and what Naya was saying, like it's okay not to be okay all the time. People don't expect you to be okay all the time, but that's like what Jeff said, that take it day by day, and tomorrow is that one closer to the new normal. With I love you guys, and honestly, I wanna thank you guys for letting me interview you in your busy schedule, and I wanna personally, you guys really helped me with my mental health a lot, and with like always hanging out with me on the weekend playing playing games.
Spoil us, man. So
Playing games, and yeah, that's really fun, and I love enjoying your music, and I got a feeling like the next time we are able to go out, we can be planning for the next event coming soon. So yeah.
Thanks for having us on your show. I think you're gonna put the link in your bio for the twitch.tv/Vigilant Productions.
So where can people find you? Where can people find you?
So on Twitch, it'll be twitch.tv/Stay Vigilant Productions. We're streaming every Friday, Saturday. Fridays at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, and Saturdays 9 p.m. Mountain Time for about 2 hours each time. So prepare to come with some drinks and be ready to dance. This weekend, we got a way to get some people on the screen dancing with us, so you can call in and be in the stream with us. So yeah, we're hoping everyone comes up to that.
So before wrapping up, I want to thank you, Lionel, for hosting us, and also for being like the sweetest event photographer we could ever hope for all of our live events, man. You kill it every time. So I can't wait until we can take some photos.
Anytime you guys are always there supporting my passion and supporting my charity, so why not? And cheers to cheers to the near future that we're gonna get party up.
Yeah, man. And so keep an eye if you want to follow us on Facebook. We're just Facebook Stay Vigilant Productions. That's where we'll be sharing any developments related to any live events as the sort of quarantine gets lifted.
And Mixcloud as well is the same, mixcloud.com/Stay Vigilant Productions. It has, we've been posting our favorite recordings from the weekend onto that. So if you liked what you saw on the stream, it'll be up online. So yeah, like I said earlier on, this week, it'll probably be the weird middle of the night 3-hour one. But yeah, there'll be plenty of music in the next little while.
Beautiful. Okay, thanks for talking to me, and I will see you guys on Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. See ya.
See you, Lionel. Take care of yourselves.